So earlier today, EA released a brand new Milestone player into Ultimate Team. They gave us an 85 rated Leandro Trossard as the reward for completing the PL League Player Milestone. Pretty much since 6 PM, I started to work on this milestone to get this video out for you guys. So if you could leave a like rating on this video, that would be greatly appreciated, because as you can imagine, it's been quite the grind to get hold of this item this quick. In the comment section down below, I want to hear from you guys. Will you be going after this Trossard card, and what do you think of the objectives that we have to do to actually get this item? If you didn't know already, you've pretty much got to score a goal in 2 separate wins with pretty much every Premier League side, aside from a couple at the bottom in which you've just got to score goals in a game, but most of them are in wins. Anyway, in today's video we're going to be trying out this item to see how it performs in games. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into things, shall we? This is the team I'm going to be using this item in. In matches, I'm going to be playing him as a left winger, a left mid, and as a left attacking mid. And I might even try him out as a striker as well, depending on how the games go. Anyway, let's have a look at this item then, shall we? It's got a 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills, which is obviously really good to see for a winger. He's also got high medium work rates. In-game attributes wise, there is plenty to like about this item. In the pace section, we can see he has a 97 rating for his acceleration, so off the mark, this guy should feel pretty quick. His sprint speed isn't the best though, so like once he gets into like his max stride, he might not feel as quick as he does initially. In the shooting section, this guy's got 85 finishing, 81 shot power and 90 long shots, and on top of that he's also got 88 composure, so in front of goal, in theory, this item should be pretty solid. His attack positioning rating though is a pretty average 79. Moving on now to the passing, what is there here? Well, there's an 82 rating for crossing, 84 short passing, 87 long passing and 89 curve, so this guy's distribution should also be to a high standard. Now let's discuss the dribbling department, which is just full of really elite attributes. 98 agility, 92 balance, 85 ball control and 88 in-game dribbling. On the ball, this guy should feel pretty good, he should feel pretty fluid, and he should be relatively easy to maneuver. Finally, over in the physical section, we can see that this guy has 99 jumping, so we'll see how he is in aerial duels. He is 5'8", so I don't expect him to win too many aerial battles, but hopefully that jumping in-game is good. He's got decent stamina of 84, so he shouldn't tire too much, but pretty average strength of 69. Overall, this card looks pretty good for a freebie in my opinion, so let's get into some games, let's see how it performs. Okay, so for the Belgians' debut, this is what we are facing in FUT Champs. It's a decent side, and he's made the use of Pep Guardiola's icon chemistry to link in that second inform Orsic, which is a really overpowered, cheap-ish inform. It's Trossard's first touch of the ball, trying to open up some space for a shot. He picks up the ball after losing it to Griezmann, but sadly, the shot deflects wide. Chance to break now. The Belgian gets down that left edge, trying to get past Longley, but Longley's a bit too strong and relatively quick, and he just gives the Belgian a nudge and takes him off the ball. Trossard comes inside, beats one, beats another. Now he's got a chance inside the box. Oh, I tried to put it inside, but Longley. And there's the half-time whistle. Unfortunately, at the break, we are 1-0 down. We conceded from a corner. In the second half, we're going to switch to the 4-2-2, and we're going to actually try Trossard out as a striker. He's going to be up top alongside Aubameyang. Oh, Trossard's done well. Beat one, beat two, puts the ball inside, and Aubameyang ties the game up. There's a chance now. Trossard and Aubameyang link up. Aubameyang puts it inside. Trossard gets himself a goal. And since I've moved him to striker, him and Aubameyang are linking up very nicely. Trossard does well to hold off his man, and then he links up nicely with Aubameyang. Can he get the shot away? Go for that near post. We did, but he struck it with his left foot, and it's just gone wide. Aubameyang links up with the Belgian. Aubameyang returns it. Can we score a bit of a sweaty goal? Yes, we can. And now we've got a bit of breathing space in this game. And now my opponent has decided to rage quit. So, pretty good debut from the Belgian. I have to say, in the first half, when I was using him as a left mid, I didn't get too much out of him. But in the second half, when I used him as a striker, he linked up really nicely with the attacking line. So definitely feel like he's more of a left forward than a left mid, but that's just a very, very early impression of this card. I don't know what's happening with me. I'm losing my voice. I've been ill all week and I'm struggling to speak, so apologies about the commentary. Anyway, let's move on into another match where hopefully Trossard can keep up this form. Up next for us is this, yeah, really weird team. He's got a pretty poor goalkeeper, which is really odd, but nonetheless, hopefully whoever's in his goal isn't going to be stopping my shots anyway, so there you go. So this game hasn't started too well for me. I'm actually 1-0 down, so we're going to quickly change to the 4-3-2-1 formation when I can find it, and yeah, we're going to play the game like that. Hopefully we can get ourselves a quick equaliser. Chance, really good bit of play here. The full attacking line linking up nicely. Now Walcott's got a chance to equalise, and he does. Assist for the Belgian. Here's a chance now. Aubameyang goes inside, finds Trossard, who pulls off the shot, and just like that we have turned this game on its head. Trossard with a really powerful accurate strike into the far side of the net. His goalkeeper had no chance, and we have now got the lead. Aubameyang linking up with Trossard, who is now on his own because Aubameyang's been fouled, but my opponent's not doing too great defensively. We're going to put the ball inside and we're going to try and make it 3-0, but I panic shot a bit with Sissoko. He took it on his left foot and the shot didn't go in. Oh, nice bit of play. Trossard gets round his man. Can he finish? Oh, he's just been knocked off the ball by Longley. The referee had just blown for half-time, and as you can see, we have ourselves a 2-1 lead. It's been a relatively even first half, to be honest, but we are currently in the lead, which is obviously positive. I'm not going to make any changes for the second half. We're going to go with the team we have, and hopefully run out with the victory. Chance, Trossard gets past one, puts the ball inside, and Walcott gets a tap in, and just like that, it's 4. Another rage quit to add to the collection, and another win. How was Trossard in game number 2? I thought he was decent, to be honest. Definitely like having him in the more advanced positions because obviously he's quite good on the ball, so he's quite fun to dribble with, and also his finishing and passing abilities are decent too. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this item. Let's now move on in to another match. In game number 3, we face this. It's a Premier League / La Liga hybrid, which features the likes of Longley, Ousmane Dembele, and also player of the month Vardy. I swear every Foot Champs team features Longley. Everyone. Zaha with a really nice ball out wide to Trossard. Has he got the pace to beat Semedo? Going to pull it back, whip it into the box. Not a bad cross, but unfortunately Zaha couldn't get to it. And there's the half-time whistle. As you can tell by the lack of clips, the first half has been pretty boring. We haven't had too many chances, and you can see that by the stats. My opponent has been all over me, so in the second half, if a chance comes, we know we have to take it. Nice interception there by Trossard. Now we've got a chance to attack as Aubameyang picks up the ball. Finds the Belgian, who goes for the finesse, and that's not a terrible effort. It just sails over the bar. Here's a chance. Here's a chance. Trossard down the left edge. He's got a bit of space to run into still. Puts the ball inside. Oh, Aubameyang gets the chance and he scores. Not the best pass inside the box from the Belgian, but it has led to the goal. So I'm pretty happy with that. We got a bit fortunate there. We got very fortunate. Aubameyang does really well and gets the ball to Trossard, who lets the ball run through his legs before trying to open up some space up against Nelson Semedo. Can he do that? He tried to, but eventually he comes out on a losing end of that battle. And there's the full-time whistle. We get ourselves the 1-0 win. I have to tell you, I probably didn't deserve that victory, but that's Foot Champs. I'm obviously quite relieved to have gotten the win in that game. Now, we didn't get a direct assist, but obviously, as we know, Trossard was heavily involved in the goal that we scored. But, man, that was a tight game. Like I said, I don't think we particularly deserved to win that match, as you can see by the stats, but we were fortunate and we got the victory. Anyway, that's the live gameplay done for you guys. I'll see you in a second on the summary page where we will summarise and give my verdict on this 85 rated Leandro Trossard. Okay, so after playing around with this item a bit more, what are my thoughts on it? Well, first of all, just let me explain. In the background, the packs that are being opened are the rewards for completing each individual objective towards Trossard. So that's what those packs are. It's a bunch of 2-player packs, and if I'm being honest, they're not very good. So yeah, you're not going to miss out on anything because my pack luck is terrible. Anyway, let's get on to the point of this video, shall we? The review of Trossard. So, what are my thoughts on this card? Well, in-game, I actually had a lot of fun using this item. It is one of them genuinely fun items to try out. So let's break things down. As you can imagine, in-game he does feel pretty quick, especially off the mark. Like his first 10 of pace is very quick, but once he gets going, he doesn't feel as quick because his sprint speed isn't as good as his acceleration. So although he can break away from defenders initially, some of the faster ones are able to catch him up after a few strides. So do bear that in mind. In front of goal, I don't really have too many complaints about this item, to be honest. I thought his finishing inside the box was decent, but I felt his shot power at times was lacking, especially when it came to cross-goal shots and shots from distance. Now, I'm not saying his shot power is bad, it's just definitely not as effective as some other attacking players that I've used in similar positions. His passing, I thought, was decent, not amazing, but decent. He can cross a decent ball in if given the opportunity, and his short passing and long passing are both very good. He links up very well with the attacking players around him, and I felt like this card definitely benefited off having players to pass off. So if you're going to use him up front, definitely advise him in a 2-strike formation just so he's got someone to play off. His dribbling was definitely one of the best things about this card for me because on the ball he is so easy to maneuver. He's a great player just to dribble with. So for those of you who are good at dribbling, who like to take people on regularly, you will probably like this card a lot more than I did. I'm a pretty average dribbler, so for those of you who are like quite high level, really good at close control, like I say, you'll probably get more out of this card. He has really high balance, and you can tell that in game because he can be relatively easy knocked off the ball, but he always stays on his feet. This card rarely went to ground for me, and that was obviously very pleasing. I just touched on his strength there. Obviously he is pretty weak and he can be knocked off the ball, but he does stay on his feet and he does have the chance to win the ball back at times. But up against like the really elite centre backs, your Sergio Ramoses, your Van Dijks, etc., they're just going to knock the ball off and they're going to have the strength to hold the ball as well. Aerially, this card was pretty interesting, to be honest. He actually won a decent amount of aerial battles, which actually shocked me. Now, I know he's got 99 jump in, but he's 5'8", so I really didn't expect too much from him aerially, but he actually won a couple of headers. I'm not saying I would go out my way to cross to him, but it is possible that he will win the occasional aerial battle. His positioning I found to be a bit hit and miss at times. Sometimes he'd be where you want him, and sometimes he would be a bit slow to get into a good position. So that's something to bear in mind. Overall though, I think this card is pretty freaking good, and for a card which is essentially free, obviously I don't have too many complaints about it. But we are going to do a couple of comparisons. Is this 85 rated Trossard as good as your non-informed Manes, your non-informed Sanes, and also is he as good as your Ultimate Scream Bernards? I personally think he's better than Bernard. I think he's better than Road to the Final Martial, but I don't think he's better than Leroy Sané. I don't know what it is in FIFA, but Leroy Sané is an absolute beast for me. So that's the kind of level that this Trossard card is. It's a very good Premier League left winger, but I don't think it's like a top tier, like an elite tier Premier League winger. Obviously, I still think this card is worth going out and getting, but I wouldn't advise just like sweating it out like I did because it's not a card that you need in your teams right now. One thing to bear in mind as well about this card is it can get upgraded later in the year. It has been confirmed by EA that this item will have an additional upgrade opportunity at some point in FIFA 20. We don't actually know how or when that's going to be yet, but according to EA, it will be upgraded at some point in the future, so that's definitely something to bear in mind. Anyway guys, I've given you my thoughts on this item. I've absolutely sweated it out to get this video out for you, so if you could leave a like rating on the video, that would be really appreciated. In the comments, let me know your thoughts on this item, also the objectives. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.